She could be straight butt naked walking in the room ready. Nah, Ma, it's not happening. We not doing this. Not at all. You understand? He gotta be more man than that. He gotta be more of a stand-up dude than that. That's not no local shit. That's not no regular shit. That's Faith Evans, AKA the former Mrs. Biggie Smalls, the notorious Big's wife.
Because of his wife, Gene Deal is out here keeping up the broken code 100. He is still loyal to Biggie and is accusing Stevie J of being a snake for having a child with Biggie's ex-wife, Faith Evans. Despite the turmoil surrounding him, Gene remains steadfast in his convictions, determined to protect Biggie's legacy at all costs. As tensions rise, he finds himself navigating a web of betrayal and loyalty in a world where alliances can shift in an instant. Many others are rooting for Gene Deal, so he's not even the only one. Naturally, people are aware that Stevie J was Biggie's partner and that Faith Evans was Biggie's wife, so they don't really need documentation to defend Gene Deal. If you look at Stevie J, you'll notice that he worked with Faith on several musical projects throughout the 25 years before they became romantically involved. According to Gandil, Stevie has always been crafty in his approaches to Faith, and he once saw Stevie follow Faith into a room. He asserted that Stevie J had always desired to do things with Faith back while Biggie was still alive, not that he developed an interest in Faith after Biggie died.
Looking at her all the time. I knew you ran to the room. You ran to see Faith.
Because Faith was married to Biggie, was Stevie J really pursuing her? Biggie's pals. We can't know for sure, but if that's true, then it explains the reasons for Stevie J's eventual marriage to Faith Evans. People believe that Stevie J has been acting in this way since he betrayed Jump. These are the buddies you have to watch him be, according to an admirer who called him a snake. Plotting from Jump to a different point. The supporters are more agitated because of what Gandale made, when he stated that it would be better if they did it covertly. But going on and doing it while being aware that it's insane that Faith was Big's wife.
He was gonna just slide with her and lay with her here and there and not be out in the public eye and let nobody know, then all right, it is what it is. But to go and knowing that you wasn't gonna do right, knowing that you wasn't right, knowing that you ain't have a pot to piss in and a boot to pour it out, knowing that there's nothing that you could do, come on, bruh. Yo, that nigga was filed for that, bruh. He was filed in so many different ways to deal with his part.
However, guess what? Stevie J doesn't give a damn about all of these. Man doesn't give a damn about humans. Expressing his thoughts when he was questioned on what others think of his validated friendship with Faith, bro following Big Iggy there, he remarked, "There were other males before a guy showed up. Into the image, which was him."
Open up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and she got remarried.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And had a few boyfriends in between that.
Mm-hmm.
Then comes a good guy.
Okay.
It's like
It's like a statute of limitations.
No, wait. Yeah, I mean, you can say that, but it's like, you know, it's few to none guys like me out here.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? And there ain't too many of me out here. You know what I'm saying? So the real is back, babe.
The fans want to hear what you have to say about that, child. Does CBJ even comprehend what people are complaining about, bro? No one is talking about Faith needing a good guy, and the guys who approached her after Biggie weren't friends with Biggie. Get this, man. They're saying you broke the bro code by dating your friend's wife, and they're calling you a betrayer. Faith Evans isn't the only one receiving criticism. Believe me when I say that the fans are specifically targeting her. They claim that she knows Stevie J is unfaithful. He has 6 children from different mothers and doesn't provide for them. But she still chose to date that man, which they claim reveals a lot about her personality. Some are even going so far as to ask, what do you expect from a woman who cheated on her husband with his rival? I'm fairly certain that everyone has heard the rumor that Faith slept with Tupac. It all began when Tupac invited her to a studio for a collaboration, and then he added fuel to the fire when he released that skating diss track. Eat Them Up, he raps, "First of all, F your B and the click. You claim West Side when we ride, come quick with game. You claim to be a player, but I F'd your wife." From that point on, it became a serious case in Hollywood. But there are no receipts to support the claims that Faith actually slept with Tupac. The first person to come forward with this information is Napoleon, a former Outlaws member who was asked a number of questions about Tupac during an interview, according to sources, when asked if Faith Evans had ever visited Tupac at Can-Am Studios in Tarzana, California. Napoleon chuckled and responded, "Yeah, bro, but into this because she was somebody's wife. Into that controversy of Faith Evans and Biggie, I can't do that." However, she did come to see him, and if that wasn't enough, another insider by the name of Spice One came out and said that Faith actually laid low with Tupac. According to him, Faith was Tupac's girl, not his girl, but she and Pac had something together. They were F-buddies. It's effed up to say this, but we're going to keep it real. There are a lot of MF, and I don't want to ruin anyone's fun, but there are a lot of MFers, and you have one B that you know that doesn't give a F who you're with, and you don't give a F who she's with from infinity and into beyond. You guys F him, period. That was Pac and Fate. Spice One stated, though they were apparently dedicated to sleeping together, it was Biggie who fell in love with Evan. I can now understand why Faith's fans are drawn to her as well, because it's unbelievable to learn that she allegedly slept with her husband's rival while she was still with him. They claim that this is not an error, but rather that it's in her nature, which is why she didn't mind dating Stevie J, her late husband's business partner's child. The whole thing is a mess. Dill claimed that her predicament must be the result of substance abuse because it's startling, and that Biggie's producer, Stevie J, also produced the love song she sang for him.
Yeah, Stevie J, cornball at Stevie J, was anybody that I could ever see after knowing the dudes that Faith used to be around and used to be with. Now she's dealing with Stevie J. Yo, bruh, a hell of a, is a hell of a, cause there's no way that a person that helped you produce music for your ex-husband and produce music for you singing your love to Big is a type of dude that you want to go back and be with them. I was shocked.
One fan said, for Faith Evans to marry a known cheater who doesn't remember how many offspring he has and who doesn't pay support for any of his offspring says a lot about her too. And this fan referred to Gene Dill's claims about Stevie J saying, he never lied, Stevie J is dirty. But hey, what do y'all think about the whole situation? Do y'all believe Stevie J had been trying to get Faith right from when she was married to Biggie? Is it really a big deal that he went ahead to date Faith, despite the fact that he was Biggie's associate? And do y'all think Faith truly effed Tupac while she was married to Biggie? That's why she didn't find dating Stevie J much of a big deal. Let me see your thoughts in the comments below.